Welcome back to Rev Endurance Sports and another in a series of why I think Road Tubeless sucks. So many of you are constantly making comments about Road Tubeless is so awesome. Well, go out on today's morning ride, get a front puncture and sealant sprays everywhere on me, on the bike, underneath the bike, and it doesn't seal until it gets down to like 10 psi. So I got to pull out of the pace line. Then I go to air up, and the valve core is clogged with a bunch of sealant in there too. So anyway, and this is the Silca Ultimate Sealant. So nothing ultimate about it. There's a big old clump right here that is where the small puncture might be. And it's a small puncture. It's got to be. But yeah, so took the valve core out, cleaned it out, put the valve core back in so I can use my mini pump to put air in it. And then had to continue the ride on like, I don't know, 30 psi or something. So the big thing is that this Silca sealant, it just makes these big old clobs. And you'll see when I take this tire off, because that's the first thing I noticed. Anyway, I'm curious to see what pressure it is in here. Yeah, 25 psi. So that's all that's in there. But this is supposed to be the ultimate sealant, and it's also garbage. It is absolute garbage. This Silca sealant, I mean, Josh is a really good salesman. That's all I can say about Josh Portner, because he makes this thing sound like it's the best thing ever, and it isn't. It actually is. I mean, it's like Elmer's glue, if anyone remembers using that when they were in school. Now, watch what's going to be inside here, because some of you might say, oh, well, I just would have put a tube in it. Yeah, well, I didn't want to deal with all this crap while I was out on the road, because this is always the problem with tubeless. It is a nasty mess. So this stuff is just the worst stuff to work with. It is the messiest stuff to work with. And it just makes these big ass clumps of sealant. I mean, look at this. What is the purpose of this? What is the use of sealant if it's going to turn into a ball like that? All right? So, yeah, Silca sealant is just horrible. It makes a mess everywhere. You notice I'm outside. I'm not even inside my house. And I'm not inside my shop, because I don't want this mess in my shop either. So I'm actually outside doing this. So, yeah. So, and then some of you might say, well, why didn't you just put a dart in it? Well, because I've only got one of those Dyna plugs, and it's in my Ultra flat kit, which is with my Ultra bike, my Steel Ritchie. So anyway, this was going to be just a short group ride, and so had to pull out of the line. And I don't know who I probably got you wet with it too, right, Jess?
Yeah, I got a little sprayed up in my mouth and
yeah.
Sunglasses.
Yeah. So I don't know. Is that stuff going to come out of my socks? It'll come off my shoes, but yeah, it's a mess. This other stuff is just weeds along the side of the bike path. But anyway, yeah, so that's that. And check your sealant, because it probably looks like this on the inside, which is not doing anything. All right, that's all for now.